It's always funny just looking at the camera. Yeah. What is going on, everybody? We are back, baby. It's been a long time since we had a call-in show. It's almost been a month. Max and myself have been very busy. He went to a game, I went to a game, but it feels so good to be back in front of you guys. I know you guys missed us, and we missed you guys too. As the All-Star break happened, the New York Yankees took a series versus the Orioles, just split a series versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Took the last game in convincing fashion. The bats came alive today. After two, mediocre performances by the bats, they do wake up today. Max, my guy, how you feeling, man?
Feeling better. Feeling better of today because we needed this series split. Of course, we all want a series win, but sometimes it seems like it's a big big hurdle to make that happen nowadays for the Yankee land. So, we split the series. We won last series against Baltimore. Should have swept them. But, we won that series. We split this series. Now we had to, stay in the Bronx versus the Mets for the Subway Series. So, we need the wins when we take them, Ace, because the Orioles coming up, they got the Marlins. So we need to win every game, it seems like, these next couple of days. But it was a sour ending yesterday. As you saw, you noticed I was down and out, but today was a great bounce back. I mean, Rodon did fantastic. The bats were alive, and Soto hitting 2 home runs. Before that, it was the bottom of the order doing their thing. Wells, Cabrera, Volpe, DJ had a home run. I mean, can't complain today, man. I'm happy and good to be back talking Yankees with you, bro.
Yeah, man. Likewise, man. Definitely missed you and missed the chat as well. What I'm saying? I know you guys have a lot to say, so make sure, me and Max will talk for a little bit before we drop the link for you guys to call in, and hopefully we give you guys your thoughts. But overall, it's like, what's up, Aaron? It's a good win for the Yankees. Still have only won one series in the last 9, I believe. I think it's either 8 or 9. I'm not completely sure. I want to say 9.
10 now.
Okay.
The last
so
10.
Okay.
We won 1 the last 10.
And we split 2.
Yeah.
So still, some encouraging things, but still a lot of changes need to be made approaching the deadline, which is next Tuesday. That's approaching fast. Max and myself will be live calling the deadline show, so make sure you guys tune in for that. A lot of changes need to be made. I mean, we saw some good things today, but for me personally, that's still not taking me away from the things that need to be corrected. DJ LeMahieu hit a home run today. I said in the stream, it went 3. If the fence was 320, it went 320 and a third. It barely got out of there, but it got out.
Snuck out.
So, but that doesn't change the fact that he's been playing terrible. Verdugo got a hit today. You saw how relieved he looked for that hit to go through after he went 0 for 20, and in the last 100 at bats, he has literally been the worst player in the league, like last in almost every statistical category. Now, a lot of that is bad luck where he's hitting it right at guys, but you can see the sigh of relief in his face. Maybe that gets him going. You know what I'm saying? It takes the pressure off. But there are 3 players that I said after the All-Star break, which we were able to split, that need to step up. Anthony Volpe is one of them. We saw him start to come alive. He's on a 3-game hitting streak after the break. Alex Verdugo is a guy that needs to step up, and Gleyber Torres as well, for the Yankees to start doing a lot of good things. Because let's face it, not All-Star break. The trade deadline is approaching, like we talked about. Yep. The Yankees can I'm only seeing the Yankees really making about 3 moves. They can't revamp this entire team in one All-Star break. So guys are going to have to step up. Guys like LeMahieu might be, he should still get DFA. Don't let the home run today distract you. He's still washed out there.
You're not sold on him now?
No. I still think the turntable's busted. So, but no. Verdugo. I think Verdugo might serve better as a guy off the bench to add some depth on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Maybe maybe acquire another outfielder. But the only moves I really see the Yankees doing, maybe getting an infield. We've been hearing as of late. I want your thoughts on this because we heard starting yesterday. That when we got off the live streams with the Yankees, that now they're open to possibly trading Spencer Jones for Croquet or Scoble. What are your thoughts on that?
Crochet, like I don't think we're gonna be on him. I would,
Hey yo.
yeah, pause, big pause. But no, it seems like the White Sox are gonna want a huge haul, and even though he's young, he's like 24 years old, a lot of years of control with Crochet. But right now, it looks like the Dodgers are going to be. I mean, I don't know if you heard this, but James Paxton got DFA'd by the Dodgers today, just like
Yep.
a couple of 30 minutes
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Yep.
I know Kershaw's back for them, but does that point a sign saying, hey, Dodgers are going to go all in on Crochet because, Yamamoto's out too for them. So I just don't see it. Unfortunately, I think Crochet is going to go either to the Orioles or the Dodgers. At this point, just go to the Dodgers. Don't even pick up the phone for Baltimore. Don't even pick
Mm-hmm.
up the phone. But Schoolboy, I think the Tigers said that they're not moving him.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the Tigers saying they're not going to move the Ace, which honestly, I mean, people are saying, why would the Tigers even think about moving Schoolboy? Because you get a huge,
Hole.
return. That's why. I know it would be crazy to see a potential Cy Young winner because, like, right now in the AL, I think he is a front runner for the Cy Young. It would be crazy to see midseason him being traded. But, the market's hot. The market's hot. I mean, look at for Cody Bellinger, for instance. The Cubs, looking back now, Ace, it looks like they should have traded him because they let him sit there, play out the season. They re-sign him in the offseason. He's not doing terrible this year, but he's not been like the Bellinger from last. So sometimes when the market is hot, when your player is going and doing as good as Schoolboy's doing, you got to probably move him because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, is he going to be there long term? Probably not. But I don't think we'll see either of those two with the Yankees, honestly.
Yeah. Um, it's gonna come like we're a game and a half out of first place with the Orioles. It's gonna come down to which team has the better deadline, in my opinion. The
Yeah.
Orioles are hungry for it. The Yankees need to be hungry for it. The thing that scares me is Baltimore has a way better farm system than us. And,
Yeah.
the Yankee tax is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Conversations with us start with our best players. If they're willing to, I'm not even sure that they're actually willing to trade Spencer Jones. It could just be smoke knowing that they're not going to get those type of pitchers. So why not say that you're interested just to kind of
Hmm.
save base with the fan base? Where it's like, look, they were interested. They just didn't take the package. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that ultimately plays out. But there are some moves to be made here. Like Parker asked, do you see the Yankees trading for Jazz Chisholm? I'm hearing that the Mariners are really interested in him. I'm hearing that they could be the front runners for him. They're right there on the cusp of it as well. It really just depends. Luis Rengifo, we've been saying it for a while. He's a real valuable option that could come. Jonathan India as well. If you get Jonathan India, because I'm all, I don't have to say it. I'll drive Glaber to the airport at this point. Like, get
Yeah.
his ass out of here. He's done. Jonathan India, Brett, you get him in here at second base, he automatically becomes your leadoff guy. That solves that problem as well. Rengifo can also become that leadoff guy, fix the infield problem. The three moves I think the Yankees make, I think we get ourselves I think we get another infielder. I think we add some bullpen, and I'd be surprised if they acquired a starter, but I'm starting to think that we might need one. Good outing by Carlos Rodon, which is exactly what we needed today. But I'm really concerned with Nestor Cortez. Like earlier in the year, I was saying he could be the odd man out. And after those comments that he came out with over the All-Star break, like,
Yeah.
basically like, we are the New York Yankees. You shit yourself the way you just did
Hmm.
on, what was it, Saturday or Sunday? Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. You look bad out here. And he can't pitch on the road. So what are you going to do? You're going to start him on a only home series only? Like, Nestor Cortez had a good year. It was a good story. But we might have to start thinking to move on from him. But like I say, I only think it's going to be about maybe 2 or 3 moves that the Yankees are going to make. Other guys are going to have to step up. We are getting Giancarlo Stanton back. Jason Dominguez is coming back. This lineup, and especially with the weak schedule that we have in August, if you make the right 3 moves, this lineup can look a hell of a lot different. Let's say you get Jonathan India at the top, followed by Soto, Judge, Dominguez, Stanton, Volpe. It feels a lot different. So I feel like the Yankees are kind of like a couple of moves away from right there, but they have to be the right ones.
Yeah. I agree. I think for me, India would be the best pick For going back to Parker's comment, I'd rather trade for India. I don't know if that's going to cost more because he's a solid leadoff guy. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, the two dark holes for this lineup is leadoff, cleanup. Yep. And Ben Rice went 0 for 5 today. He's been struggling. Now he's below he's batting below 200 now. He's not a leadoff guy. That it fizzled out. He had a 3 home run game, and then it just went all downhill. I'm not knocking Ben Rice at all, but he's not a leadoff guy, is what I'm saying. And India would go right into that role. Second base, leadoff. Boom. We get Stanton back. He's now the cleanup guy once again. Verdugo, like you said, I mean, Dominguez being hurt. When he comes back, Verdugo's jaw might be in jeopardy because I think Dominguez you have to put him in left when he's back. I don't know when that will be because he's doing agility drills. He's still not even swinging a bat yet. But come September, man, if Verdugo's still playing like this, you can't have him out there. He could be a nice bench piece, but you can't have him out there. One name, like Rudy pointed out, I was saying it earlier in the stream, I think Ty France would be a great pickup for the Yankees if we get him. Not saying he's going to be a starting guy for this team, but one thing this team needs, Ace, is bench depth, better bench pieces, and Ty France would be I think a nice add to that bench because you look at this bench right now and you're like, it doesn't scare me. Jahmai Jones, Carlos Narvaez, even though he hasn't really had any opportunity to play other than his career or his major league career hit. Who else? I mean,
JD Davis.
Yeah, exactly. Like you need some guys like Ty France who can come off the bench and make something happen. So I think that would be a great pickup for the Yankees if they can get him. But I don't know, man. For second base, I would get India. I've been screaming Tanner Scott. We still need a lefty in the pen. Mm-hmm. Tanner Scott would be my number one ad in the deadline. And then if we get India, man, hey, time to cut your hair. Time to cut that hair, India. No long hair around here, but that would be my two guys, bro. Would be India and Tanner Scott.
I'm right there with you. Tanner Scott, I think, needs to be a priority for the Yankees. And if you're going to make the move for India, why not ship Gleyber Torres to Miami? They've been wanting him for so long. I just don't think
they'll take that contract. Even even though he's on a 1 year, even though we paid half the salary already, but
they've been wanting him for so long, though. It's got to be enticing to them, dude. But you get Jonathan India. I would love nothing better than the Yankees. First of all, make moves now. Like, don't wait till the All-Star. I keep saying All-Star break. Don't wait till the trade deadline. Make moves now.
No, wait till the deadline because we're going to be streaming. We need some action. We need some action during the stream.
That's the case, but the price is going to be higher at the deadline. So, but I'm right there with you as far as bench depth. But if you require guys like if Dominguez comes back, Verdugo adds bench depth. He goes to the bench. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to DFA LeMahieu, you need to play Cabrera every day. And that adds some sort of depth to and a good defense late game defensive replacement for the Yankees as well. Oswaldo Cabrera is batting over 400, 444 in his last 11 games.
Yeah.
And he hasn't started 11 consecutive games. It's been a lot of gaps in between there. So he needs to play. Austin Wells has stepped up tremendously. Mm-hmm. I've been clamoring for Austin Wells to be the starter every day, like especially considering Yankees are all about the analytical approach. 80% of the time he should be starting, especially because his majority of the league is right-handers. Why not start him? Austin Wells, since June 6th, is batting .268, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs, .933 OPS, best among AL catchers.
Yeah,
and he threw out 2 guys yesterday and picked off another. If you were concerned about his defense, yeah, okay, but it's
still needs work. Still needs work,
but he's young. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be bumps and bruises. Ben Rice, I'm not concerned about Ben Rice. He's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna go through lows like this, especially with the inconsistencies in the lineup. Is he a cleanup hitter? Is he gonna bat 5th? Is he batting leadoff? How do you expect a guy to get comfortable if you just keep moving him around the way you do? Which is why it's imperative for the Yankees to get a leadoff guy. I agree with you 100%. Tanner Scott should be number 1. Yeah. Jonathan India should be number 2.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably see another name would be Estevez from the Angels, another relief arm. He would be a good add. Just there's a lot of bullpen arms. The Rays talked about Clevenger, Fairbanks, Paredes, Yandy.
How do you feel about that, by the way? I don't want Paredes. I really don't.
No, I wouldn't mind it if depending on what we would give up for him, because Paredes, I mean, he would be a better slot from third. I mean, anybody would be a better replacement right now. I know, like you said, LeMahieu hit a home run. Good for him.
Is that what we're
good
calling
for him? But we still need better. We still need a better guy on third, and Paredes would be a better spot for me.
Yeah. The thing with me with Paredes is he's an extreme pull hitter. I know you saw the stats they posted the other day.
Yeah.
All he does is hit home runs to left and left center field. Left center is the deepest part of our park. Yeah. If he could spray the ball more, I'd like that. But we watched him a lot this weekend. He didn't get a single home run. He's just swinging it at everything because he's pulling. You know what I'm saying? Do we really need a guy like that? Like that? Yeah, he might be able to pop one out for us every now and again. But do we really need a guy like that? Oh,
yeah. I mean, he has killed us in the past. I remember he hit like 3 home runs against Cortez before, and I was like, golly, man. But he's interesting. Third base wise, I'm thinking Rengifo, Paredes. Those are the 2 third basemen. I know Paredes can play first as well, but who else? Who else on the market? We don't really know right now. Third baseman, that's pretty much it. Would be those 2.
Let's get our first. It's bound to be somebody that no one expects to get traded, that someone's gonna acquire. So
yeah, let's get Ken in here, the first caller. Our guy, Ken in the building. How you feeling, man?
I've been working on my Max imitation on the Ken donations too, by the way. I'll bust that out later.
It's been a while since I've been on. Was pretty happy with today's game. I almost had a heart attack when I saw Rodon not give up a bomb in the first 2 innings. So,
hey, is your mic messed up?
Yeah, your audio's cutting in and out.
All right, give me a sec.
So while he's fixing that,
your audio up.
A third baseman that is off the market that a lot of people wanted about last time that we were on was Ryan McMahon. That's no longer on the table.
Oh yeah, he's off the table.
The Rockies, which I like. I like the fact that the Rockies, he kind of went to them and was like, "Hey, look, I got a family. What are we doing here?" You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Okay, we'll keep you." But you can't tell me if the right deal didn't present itself. They'd be like, "You know what? We got to send you away." But I don't think it's going to happen.
Kazilla says Andujar.
No, thank you.
Bring back Miguel Andujar?
No, thank you. I'm good.
No? Okay. Yeah. Oh, Jonathan says Gio Urshela. All the old Yankees. Nah, I mean, I don't know. I would rather have Paredes over those 2, honestly, in my opinion. But we need someone. We can't just keep deploying DJ out there. We just can't,
Nope.
You look from the cleanup spot down. I was talking about this the other day. The OPSs are below 700, all of them.
Yep.
It's not a winning team. You can't win with that. Let's see if Ken, you good?
Should be.
Oh yeah, we go. Oh, that's way clear. There we go, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So how you feeling, man? How you feeling about today? Like, how you feeling about the Yankees as a whole going into the deadline?
The Yankees as a whole going into the deadline. Horrible.
Oh, there we go.
Honestly, for the longest, I thought that the Yankees needed to add bullpen arms. I am completely deviated from that aspect. Our lineup, if your name isn't Judge or Soto, doesn't exist. There are 7 holes in that lineup, and to me, it's a miracle that any team is pitching to either one of them. I mean, I could see the catcher just pointing to first, saying, "Take your base. We'll take our chances with the rest of these clowns."
Yeah.
Well,
so
this is what I think. Right. The key is, I said this several times in stream, because our cleanup hitters, the guys behind Judge and Soto, have been so bad. The guys at the bottom of the order need to get on base. If you can't protect them from the back, you need to protect them from the front.
Yeah,
we saw it a couple times in yesterday's game where the bottom of the order was able to get up. Soto just took a 3-0 pitch, doubled up. But that's what you want to see. You want to see traffic in front of them to make it hard, because like our cleanup hitters has been non-existent ever since Stanton's gone. That's been a carousel of guys not hitting. It's like as soon as they get into that fourth spot, they start slumping, start struggling. You know what I'm saying? Wells did good today though. Austin Wells did phenomenal today in the cleanup spot. But you got to protect guys from the front as well. So those bottom of the order guys are very pivotal. I'm looking at the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, like starting with Volpe, keep him in the 7th spot. You know what I'm saying? Keep Cabrera down there in the 9 spot. You get that traffic on, if Ben Rice is able to reach, you get bases loaded for the 2 big bats. And, 3-0 Soto, I'd still take that any day of the week because it's Juan fucking Soto. So.
I mean, you saw what happened today. Recipe for win.
No,
Recipe for a win.
No doubt whatsoever.
Yep.
However, the reliability of those folks getting on hasn't been great.
Yeah.
I mean, they are horrible.
Yeah.
And the thing that we talk about with Holmes and other pitchers that we have, we are high ground ball pitchers out of the bullpen. Well, we feel like crap.
Yeah.
So we need to improve infield defense and guys that can make contact.
Well, we've been getting contact. We just hitting the too many double plays.
I mean, actual contact where you're hitting line drives as opposed to rollover ground outs to the infield.
Yeah.
Yeah, like doubles down the line, like, squeaking that by.
Exactly. I'm so sick of watching Verdugo top a ball straight to the second baseman.
Yeah, because you got to make adjustments. Guys are pressing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like the pitching report is out. They know how to pitch to you. You got to make guys pay for mistakes. You have to be more patient. How many times have we seen guys go up there and swing at the first pitch? You know what I'm saying? Like when you got the pitcher on the ropes, pop up, weekly ground out. It's like, dude, take a pitch, man. Like, relax.
Well, that was one of our strengths in the early part of the season, is there was actually patience at the plate. We drove starters out of the game by the 4th and 5th innings because we were seeing that many pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we had that young kid who had his one hit into the 7th inning.
Todd
and
Bradley.
he wasn't that great. It was just bad swing after bad swing, first shot rolling over.
Yeah, it's situational at bats that are terrible. That's what I always say. Like our situational, not even hitting, our situational at bats stink because like draw a walk if you can. You know what I'm saying? It's 3-0. A lot of outside of Soto, we see a lot of times good hitters counts, and they're just taking pitches right down the middle that are good to hit. Like it's bad situational at bats, and in my opinion, that falls on the management. You have to tell these guys like, look, man. Like the players got to perform, but the management has to have some sort of strategy when it comes to that. Like, come on, here's the situation. Let's do it.
I will tell you the other thing that just aggravates the bejesus out of me is our bench. We have Jumai Jones and freaking JD Davis. Other than having a heartbeat and a pulse, they contribute absolutely nothing. Yeah. There is no intimidation factor. There's not even a factor that you think that they're going to get a hit.
That's what I'm saying.
Why are these guys drawing major league paychecks and on this roster? We have minor leaguers that we could bring up, such as Peraza and Vivas. And there's at least a legitimate threat that you're going to get runners in play. And those guys could actually steal, unlike JD Davis, if you needed a pinch runner.
Yeah. Like I said, I'd pick up Ty France right now. I mean, Ty France would be a great bench piece. You get Stanton back, so Grisham's back in the bench. Right now, you think about Grisham versus Jumai Jones. You think about Ty France versus J.D. Davis. I'll take those two. I'm taking France and Stanton. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know France, like a lot of people, like he's going to bounce in here and be a bench piece for us. He's not going to be the starter. Ben Rice is still going to be on first. But France could be a great bench piece for this team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, then you cut JD Davis, you know what I'm saying? Let him go. No need to have him on the team because the only person that comes off the bench for us is really Cabrera, but he needs to start playing every day because he's playing well.
Well, when DJ was on the DL. All the Yankee fans can't wait till GJ comes back. And I was the one saying, this guy he's older. He's not an everyday player. He is not going to save this team. He
I
is a
don't know who said.
utility guy.
I didn't hear that a lot. Me and
trust
Max
me.
weren't clamoring for DJ LeMahieu to come back. I can't
Trust
speak for
me.
anybody else, but yeah.
I follow at least 7 Yankee blog sites, and they're all over the place. Just like the second coming of Stanton. I'm waiting when he shows up for the first 2 weeks and is not hitting, how they're going to burn Stanton in effigy again.
They will. They will.
But I'm never talking shit about Stanton again because we look horrible without him. Yeah, he can go up there and swing at pitches in the other dugout. I'm still not saying a word because the results are the results. Not saying like the record is the record without him. We look terrible. So
exactly. But the whole point is, the fans want. I was reading a possible trade from a couple different sites moving Gleyber Torres. I would have thought that it was impossible to move him. Well, it so happens that the San Francisco Giants, they're hurting for a second baseman. If we were to move Gleyber and a mid-tier prospect to San Francisco, we could end up getting Taylor Rogers back from. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, bullpen arm.
Yep, left-handed bullpen arm. Profiles as over a strikeout an inning, couple of years of control, but the salaries between DJ or Gleyber and Rogers is just about a wash. So we're not adding a ton of salary. You're moving a player who probably needs a new home because he's not performing in New York, and he's on the beginning slide of Hicksville. This guy is going to get booed and harangued for the rest of his time as a Yankee. So if we can get something productive for him that helps us out, I say move him.
Yeah,
A lot of the fans are very high on Jazz Chisholm. I am the anti-Jazz Chisholm. Talented ball player, hellacious 2 years of control through ARB, hellacious injury history.
Yeah.
That guy has played over 100 games once in his major league career. He's peaking between 65 and 90 games. So that means he's missing a lot of games. If we were to pick him up, we may have him for the rest of the season, but we're counting on him for the next 2. What are we going to get? And am I willing to trade a ton of my assets for him? India, much better quality player, natural second baseman, definite natural leadoff hitter. There are no downsides for him, except you're not going to get power out of his bat. But I don't care. I don't need it.
Yeah, we don't need it. Yeah.
My thought is the Reds are still actually in the wild card race in that division. They're moving edge pieces to pick up pitching to improve their chances of making the postseason. Cincinnati hasn't been there in a while. I can't really see them dumping a guy that was part of their core for years. I think their fan base may freaking revolt. And,
they've been talking about moving India for the last 2 years now, though.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about moving Gleyber for 3. And that hasn't happened either.
Well, I mean, no, the Yankees haven't. We have.
No, we have.
Yeah, we have. I've heard, the organization for the Reds has been trying to move Gleyber or India for the last 2 years. I just hear us on YouTube talking about Gleyber being moved, but the Yankees have never really budged with Gleyber. They believed in him, but now look at it.
Yeah, even the most
they should have traded him last year.
Yeah,
they missed it. They missed their mark.
Yeah, even the fans that are big time Gleyber fans, they're seeing it now too. Dude, he's batting .229 on the year, 35 RBIs, 8 home runs, 647 OPS. That's terrible. On a contract year, it just goes to show you that Gleyber can't take the pressure. You're getting the pressure of an opportunity to get paid if you perform well, and you're shitting yourself out here.
You know what's funny? You bring Ty France in, and he's what, 603 OPS?
Yeah, I can bring him up real quick. Let me bring him up on the screen.
Yeah, I'm ready to trade Gleyber, though. Like I said, I'll drive him to the airport. Because, look, Yorba Vivas, well, that was a wasted weekend for him. You literally brought him up here just to sit on the bench. A lot of other organizations think that Yorba might be the future second baseman, future infielder for the Yankees. So it's like, why not, just pull the trigger on that? And the thing that frustrates me is you want to see what he has before the deadline. Because if he comes out hot, then you have an opportunity. Then you fix a problem right there without having to acquire anybody. But no, you didn't even give him a shot to come up here. Well, you still played LeMahieu every day. You still played Gleyber every day.
I mean, honestly, I don't understand what Yankee management is doing whatsoever. They brought Peraza up for a half a day. Didn't let him touch the field. This guy is the best defensive glove in our system, in our entire organization. He is under a Yankee black flag that they don't let him play. Cabrera is running under that same flag. Why he isn't playing more, I can't figure it out. All the one thing that I do know is that you should never see a lineup with Torres and DJ in it at the same time.
Yeah, no, you're right, Ken. I'm with you. Well, Cabrera needs to be in this lineup every day.
Yep. And we bring Vivas up to let him have a cup of coffee at the major league level. He doesn't touch the field.
They don't even show him on the screen. They haven't even shown him in the dugout.
I saw him during the fight.
Yeah, we saw him walk out there. That's it.
And then you've got this other kid that we've got up now, Narvaez. All right, he got a shot at a pinch hit at bat, and he got a hit.
Well, you can't knock that because Austin Wells is playing well right now. So you can't say you got to play Narvaez when Wells is playing well.
I understand your love with Ace or with Wells. Normally for catchers, they don't catch a night game and a day game consecutively. They did it with Wells with this kid on the bench.
Now, how about this? Sorry to cut you off, Ken. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Narvaez as a DH. Put Grisham on the bench and have Narvaez DH maybe a game. See what he does with the bat.
Exactly. You can't assess what they're going to do at the major league levels if they'd never hit the field.
Yeah, have Judge center, Juan in right, and then Verdugo in left with DHing Narvaez, Wells behind the dish.
You have talent that's down on the farm. It's on the 40-man roster. You can't assess them down there. You actually have to put them in real-life gameplay at our level. How do we know what the hell we actually have and what we actually need to trade for until we give them the shot? It was like when Rice came up. We were supposed to be giving him a legitimate shot at first base, but he was being platooned every other day.
Mm-hmm.
How are you giving him a fair shot? I mean, there's some adage in baseball people's minds that left-handed hitters can't hit left-handed pitchers. Why that is, I have no damn idea.
It's because they want to play the analytics, which is stupid as shit.
Yeah.
Like, especially like I said, the majority of the league is right-handers. Like, that's what frustrates me when you're throwing Trevino out there every day. If you're a team like the Yankees that want to play the analytics would have told you to play Wells. To backtrack to something real quick, Oswald Peraza, dude, he's batting .230 in the minor leagues right now. 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. He's a guy that he had his opportunities. I mean, like, granted, he got locked out a lot as well, but he lost a lot of opportunity as well. And he's a guy I can't see them holding on to. They might want to get ready to trade his ass too.
Yeah, he's probably moving as part of a package at the deadline. No doubt.
He might be on the move.
Yeah, because if you think about it, you got Vivas down there. A couple of years, maybe we see Lombard Jr. and also Arias. So what are you really going to do with Peraza? Package him in something and see and try to sell him on the whole, he'll be better when he's not here, type shit.
Yeah. All right, Ken, we got some callers backstage,
Thanks,
but I
Ken.
appreciate you, man. Appreciate you always calling in, buddy.
Yep.
Take it
Thank
easy,
you,
dude.
brother.
Have a-
All right, we got NY Giants for life on the call. What's up, buddy?
Thanks for having me again. It's been a while.
What's up, dude? Well, it's been a while since we've been on too. So
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has been a while.
I still haven't missed a stream yet, though. Even though
that's
I've been
what's
on a separate account.
Hey, there we go, baby.
appreciate you, man. So, what are your thoughts on the New York Yankees coming out of the All-Star break? Couple series, I should say, before the deadline.
I've been happier with these last few series that we've had since the All-Star break. But that Orioles game, I'm still mad about that, the end of that game. And I've been defending Clay for that outing the entire time as a pitcher myself who relies on the ground ball. The defense needs to back you up every time. Needs to back you up. And I think 4 out of 6 of his blown saves have been off of errors. Mainly to that second base spot, too.
Who plays second base?
It's been Glaber the entire time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that motherfucker. So,
I didn't say it was. I mean, Clay did walk 2 batters. That was the thing. He put the guys on there. But the thing is, like, I agree with you. It was not Clay's fault that we lost that game. He didn't help, but Volpe should have had the game over. Verdugo should have had the game over. I mean, it was back-to-back plays. And I don't know about you guys, man, but I'm sitting here. I watch every single game. As soon as Volpe booted that ground ball, I said this game's over. It just felt like
the momentum shifted.
It just felt like, yeah, exactly. It felt like, and you know, Ace, one thing I always say is every time we make a mistake like that, it bites us in the ass. I don't know what it is because I watch other games out there. I watch other teams. You know, when the Yankees aren't playing, I have another game on. I'm watching. It doesn't happen to those teams. They make an error and then they'll have an out the next time. But for us, it's like
everything falls apart.
Look at Glaber yesterday. It happens a lot to Glaber too. Max, how many times do you see Glaber commit an error? You know it's going to score, and then Yes Network just keeps panning right back to him every single play. How many times do we see that this year? He's leading the league in errors with second baseman.
Yeah, no, like now he is number 1. Like yesterday's error made him the 12 errors now in the field?
Yep.
Yeah.
Most in the major league, not even in the American League, in the majors.
Yep. Which was the difference in yesterday's game? Because then what happens? 2-run home run.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean,
it should have been out number 3.
It's just it's like the series of unfortunate events happens for this team. I don't know if you guys read those books growing up, but I did.
Yep.
But my God, I mean, every time it's like clockwork.
Yeah. So since we're on the topic of closers, let's get to Robert's comments since he's posted like 50 times in the chat asking what do we think about Luis Hill going to the closer spot?
I listen, before his last outing when he looked great, I said that Hill could be a really good closer in this league because he throws hard. You know, I'm saying 94 mile per hour changeup, 100 mile per hour sinker. The guy can throw hard, and he just has that wipeout stuff, like the swing and miss stuff. I don't think you do that yet, but maybe in his career, if he keeps struggling, I see why not. Because especially if you're going to let Clay walk, which I think they will, because he's going to want a lot of money. He's on a walk year. I don't think the Yankees are going to re-sign Clay Holmes. Because Clay is going to be like, I'm a closer. And they're probably going to be like, nah, bro. Like, you got, you know what I'm saying? Like, the stats don't lie, bro. Like, you've blew a lot of games. I know right now during the season, they're going to be like, oh, we support. We're confident that Clay's going to do it. Of course, they're going to say that. But at the end of the day, you can't really think that long term. So, I think Hill right now could be a starter, but it would not shock me if they transition him to a closer in his career, in my opinion.
Yeah. Nah, I think I like him too much as a starter. I think and he's young, he's still young. Once he gets that, some length on his innings and stuff like that, it's different. Like you can first year, first full year for him so far. So you got to get the experience. I think he's got too much dynamic stuff. If he pans out, he could be our second best pitcher. Dare I say our first when Cole goes. So I think he's got too good of stuff to put in the bullpen, in my opinion.
What about you, New York Giants?
Yeah, I think he's right now too good in the starter position to move him to the bullpen. I think if he's under contract, they might use Tonkin there or even Jake Cousins next year in that closer spot. Because I don't know how they're planning with the bullpen at all right now. Because they keep saying like they like Clay, but we know he's gone because they don't have the money. So it's like, I don't know who they're going to put there unless they go after someone at the deadline.
Weaver's pitched well.
Yeah. Well, he's on a 1 year, though.
I know. I'm saying, why not put him in that role for this year? He's got a 2-something ERA. Saw somebody yesterday talking about trade Weaver. I'm like, why?
No.
Like, Weaver's been one of our best pitchers. Like,
no trading Weaver.
I think Efros could be in there because he's hurt right now, but he's coming back, and he did a little closing work last year with our closer by committee.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, like Efros, when Clay was struggling, they started putting Efros in there. So I mean, we'll see how Efros does, but at this point, you got to get a closer at the end of the day.
Yeah,
like, I would not be confident with Efros as our everyday closer next year. I wouldn't be I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be. But that's a guy that he could do it. I mean, Loizaga is probably gone. He's on a 1 year, but I don't know.
Would you put Tanner Scott in that role if we traded for him?
If we got him, yeah.
If we got him, yes.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of scary though because he's a lefty. But if he's, I say like the best arm you have in that pen is going to be the closer. I don't care who it is. Could be Tonkin, could be Weaver, could be Efros. I don't care. But they're going to have to fill that role. But we don't have a legit closer. We haven't had a legit closer. Like Clay Holmes should not be an all-star. That was. I can't believe he was an all-star this year.
I don't think we can't take away his first half. His first half in the beginning, because remember, there was a time where he wasn't getting hit and he had a 0 ERA for a long time. That matters. You know what I'm saying? Like that goes into it. Yeah, did he struggle down the stretch? Absolutely. Were all of the saves his fault? Not all of them were his fault. You know what I'm saying? But it happens, but you can't disqualify what he did previously.
No. All right, New York Giants for life. We got one more caller backstage. We're trying to get all the calls. Thank you for calling in, man.
That's fine. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
no problem.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got D-Rod. D-Rod, you backstage? Or what's going on with D-Rod?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Oh, there.
What's up, dude?
Hey, give me a second. Hey, I'm sorry. You just called me. Give me about 10 seconds. I'll be right with you. I'm sorry about that.
All right. We'll come back to you then. But yeah, man, I can't wait for this All-Star or this. Now you making me say it. This trade deadline. The trade deadline. Ace and I did the trade deadline last year. Everybody, if you weren't subscribed last year, why? First of all, I'm glad you are now. But Ace and I did the trade deadline last year, and we sat there for what 3-4 hours almost.
It was thrilling,
and we were sitting here like, man, the Yankees are making so much moves. It went down to the wire, Ace. Yep. Kenyon Middleton.
Yep. Boy, we were blown away by that. But
God.
This one needs to be better. It's as simple as that. I keep saying this. This is the most important deadline of Brian Cashman's career. You can't afford to stay pat and not do anything with this team as it's currently constructed. I don't think this team that we have right now with the line that we're putting on the field is a championship caliber team. But if you make the right couple of moves and certain guys come back, this lineup can look a lot different. Dominguez, Stanton, you get yourself maybe India, go get yourself, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and you might be able to make some big changes.
What's up, fella?
Okay.
How are you? I
What's
was
up,
waiting. I was trying to be polite and let Ace finish his thought. So,
Oh,
how you guys
appreciate that.
doing?
Thank you. Thank you. Don't
I
twerk on Monday
try.
afternoons. That's a nice little.
I try.
D-Rod over there pulled his groin.
Oh my goodness!
that's a good
and
freeze
only
frame right
Norma
there.
can do that to me. If it's anyone else, no. But Norma's the only one person that can do it. What? She's gonna curse me out in the chat now. What? So anyhow. So, by the way, real quick, I just want to say thank you. Here's the shirt. Look at that. Fantastic. I appreciate you. It's soft and beautiful.
There we go,
That's
baby.
a great thing. The only downside to the shirt is that the two little things next to it, to the logo, aren't, and it's 100 degrees in Florida, and these things are always, you should see them in the winter. Anyhow.
Your headlights are on. It's okay. It's okay. It's chilly there.
Man's just thinking about Max's shirt and nipples getting hard. What the hell?
D-Rob, man. Let us know what you think after today's game, and we got the deadline coming up. Like, give us your thoughts, man, on where this team lies right now, what you think they should do coming up.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of good points. Ken made a lot of good points. I agree with a lot of them, so I'm trying not to repeat what he said. The one thing that I just realized here while I was waiting is that this 4-game series with Tampa kind of mirrored the Blue Jays 4-game series a couple of weeks ago, right? 2 great wins, blowout wins, and 2 anemic offense losses. And this has been 3 weeks and nothing's changed. I mean, you can still trade them. It's going to cost you a little more. I just, and the killer part is that we're waiting, when any team is waiting for a 35-ish-year-old injury-prone DH, what does that say about that team? And they're like, hey, man, we need this guy. That's, I mean, we can speculate. I mean, there's so many names have been thrown out. We just don't know, I mean,
what other names can you throw out there? I will say this. I think Stanton's a different DH than the rest of the 35-year-olds in the league. His power is just, don't get me wrong. I've bashed on Stanton before. I know Ace has, but his power behind Judge is just too damn important. Even because right now I know today they didn't try to pitch around Judge, but they usually pitch around Judge because no one's behind him to scare him. You can't do that with Stanton.
Yeah. I mean, he's your legitimate cleanup hitter. I mean, I know you don't want to, I don't know why they don't want to do the lefty righty thing. I mean, there's an argument either way. Verdugo's a great cleanup hitter when you have Stanton batting 5th. When he's not batting 5th, Verdugo's not that great of a cleanup hitter behind Judge. So,
what's up, Jonathan?
Let me bring my boy Jonathan in the building.
Yo, my bad.
It's not just that too. It's like what Max had said earlier. You inserting Stanton in his lineup takes away Trent Grisham and moves guys down a slot. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much pressure at the top of the order. So.
Right. And then I think the one last thing I was thinking of, because I know Jonathan India was mentioned. He reminds me, we're missing a proper leadoff, like a Chuck Knobloch type of leadoff hitter. And look, Jonathan sort of mirrors him a little bit. He plays second, not a power hitter. Hopefully gets on base. That I don't know much about what his on base or OPS and all that stuff is, but he's a proper leadoff guy. And I don't think we've had one maybe since Knobloch, unless I'm missing somebody. But I know Jeter could do it once in a while, but we're really missing that. And it's a shame that Volpe can't be that right now. Or I know he tried, but it's a shame that he can't be consistent, batting first.
In India, 801 OPS.
Is it?
8 home runs, which is the same as what Glaber has. That's the exact same thing. So you're not really losing much in the power department. Same thing, but you're adding a way higher OPS than what Glaber has, and a leadoff guy.
But look at this right here. I'm bringing the stats up. He draws walks. He doesn't chase. He doesn't whiff. Right. Like, that's what you want with your leadoff guy. Just get on base. Get a walk. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? He's hitting 275. He would be, I'm telling you, this guy would be the best pickup bat-wise for the team. I mean, it would be awesome if we had India.
What's up, everybody? Quick question though: is this guy Jonathan India? Is he just like a rental, or would he be controlled for like a few years after that?
Let me look that up real quick because I think he has maybe one after this year. He has one more year,
and he's only 27. So
he did win the Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago. I know that, but let me look it up real quick. One thing, he's gonna have to cut that hair. That's one thing he has to do.
No, he's under control with arbitration in 3 years.
Dang,
So
that's pretty good.
So 2026. He's not
He's like one of the Three Musketeers.
27. But that's what I'm saying. Like Jonathan India, 3.8 million next year, 5 million. $5 million for a leadoff guys nothing. For a leadoff second baseman, dude. That's really good.
So 2026, 2027, by that time, a few contracts are going to be off the
books.
Yeah.
But what does it cost? Yeah. And then what do you do with Torres?
You ship Torres to the moon.
Right. I mean, listen, Glaber will probably have to sit bench. He probably have to sit Pine.
I think they get rid of him. I think they get rid of him for whatever they can get. I got a good nugget
here, fellas. If someone was willing to get Gallo last year, you're gonna sit there and tell me no one's willing to get Torres? And we got Peter for Gallo. So there's gonna be a team that really needs a second baseman, and they're just gonna give Torres a chance. Torres, he's pretty bad this year, yeah, but he's just barely, I think, 27 years old also, so he's pretty young too. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be teams, and Cashman, they're gonna get an arm that John Doe, no one knows who this guy is before it come in the postseason. He just comes in hot. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen with Torres. I think Torres is the least of it. Someone will be interested in Torres.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Seattle needs him. They traded for Jorge Polanco from the Twins, and he's been a bust for Seattle. Yeah. But for some reason, Seattle is like the quicksand for hitters. Teoscar Hernandez was like, when he was there last year, he's like, I'm not going back. He didn't want to go back. Polanco actually was a decent hitter in Minnesota, and that's not a hitter-friendly park. And he didn't do well. So I don't know what it is about Seattle that hitters don't do well. And look at their offense now. The whole team freaking sucks offensively.
Just as Robinson Cano.
Yep. Yeah, same thing. Yep.
For real. So. Yeah, no one can hit on the Seattle. Man, Seattle. I wonder what the Seattle's content creators right now are talking about, because that whole lineup can't hit. Even Julio Rodriguez, their star, the face of the franchise, can't hit a damn baseball. So
he has 11 home runs, I think 11 or 12. Yesterday when I seen the highlights, I was like, his 11th home run, what? But like Seiko or whatever it's called nowadays, it's a pretty tough place to play at.
Yeah, T-Mobile Park or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys something, right? All right. So if after the trade deadline, if you see a Yankee lineup of Jonathan India, Soto, Judge, Dominguez, Stanton, Volpe, Wells, and Rengifo, how would you feel about that lineup?
And right now it's pretty good. On paper it's pretty good, but you already know how it goes after Volpe or after Soto. But who's Rengifo again?
Luis Rengifo.
He's the second and third baseman for the Angels, and right now the Red Sox are interested in him.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't he hurt right now?
He is. I'm trying to see how bad it's a wrist injury. I know that. I'm bringing him up on the screen.
So Ace, what happened to Verdugo in your lineup?
With Dominguez back, we don't need him.
Dominguez
to the
in
bench.
There, yeah.
With Dominguez in there, you put him to the bench. You play Dominguez in center field. You have Judge play left field, and you go from there. So you add, Verdugo going to the bench adds that depth. So he can't play every day. The last 100 at bats, he's been the worst player in the league.
That's a pretty good lineup, Ace, because at the end of the day, you don't really need those superstar names, those Arenados or those names, because at the end of the day, they're gonna end up slumping. And look at these teams like Arizona; they have pretty good average players, and they made it far. So I think as long as you got Soto and Judge, and then you add a few keys right there, a few players, like the shortstop or second baseman from the Angels. I seen him last time. He has like a 280 average or 300 average, right?
Yeah, 315. He's a switch hitter too.
Yeah.
He's a switch hitter. Yep.
And then you got India, and then you got Verdugo in the bench. You know, I think that's
I
about
mean,
right.
Ace, honestly, that lineup can win the World Series.
Yeah.
Those are 3 moves I'd make right there. Tanner
But
Scott,
I don't
Luis
think
Rengifo.
I don't think they'll make a move for both India and Rengifo. Now they do. They are all in. They are all in because, and you said Tanner Scott. I mean, those 3 moves right there, that's going to cost you a lot of farm pieces.
But you got to do
You know,
what you got
and
to
that
do. Like
farm-
the Yankee arms, it's going to be pitching that we're going to be giving away the most of. Like for those moves, that means Hampton's probably gone.
Mhm.
Will Warren's probably gone as well. Maybe Brock Selvage might be gone as well. But you got to dude, it's an all-in year. We're not guaranteed to have Soto back next year. You have to make the all-in type moves. And guess what? Even if you have, let's say you get Rengifo and India, they're 27 under control. You can still throw that out there next year, even if Soto walks. That's still 2 good quality players that you have going forward.
Yeah. All right, now
Yeah, that's, you know, you're going to say the same thing about I just got to quick about the farm. Like the farm isn't what it used to be. We've used it the last couple of years, you know, and you know, and everyone's bashing Cashman, but you know that farm got built up while we were, you know, picking 30th in the draft, you know, the 30th pick in every round. So there's some credit there. And every year, I know you mentioned this before, Ace, that I think every year is an important year or like a make or break year for Cashman at the deadline. When hasn't it been?
Yeah,
last year.
Last
year because they sat on their
well
hands.
because they sucked because they were terrible.
Because we were in flux. We didn't know if we were buying or selling. But as far as this year, I'm not putting so much blame on Cashman because the thing that we say this year, every year, Max can attest to this. We need contingency plans for when these guys go down. But when the contingency plans get hurt, it's just bad luck because Dominguez is supposed to come up to be protection for Stanton. They both got hurt. John Birdie got brought in. He got hurt. And it's just like, what can you do when your backups get hurt? Rely on your backups? Like any team is going to struggle with that.
Yeah.
Well, look what just happened to the Braves. I mean, they're getting hammered. You know, literally, that tomahawk's really hitting them pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, and let me tell you guys one thing too. Remember, Garrett Cole was supposed to, you know, had Tommy John surgery. Aaron Judge was supposed to be injured. Thank God we got Garrett Cole, and thank God we got Aaron Judge healthy, 100%, and we got Soto. Because this season could have been just shitty, bro.
Dead.
Like, straight bad. And now we're just 2 games back from first place, from being the best team in the American.
Game and a half.
So things ain't that bad. I remember last year, Ace and Max. Remember when all that Rockies L we took? It was
oh my God.
It was a hell of a roller coaster. So things could have been bad. Now, I remember your guys' show during the trade deadline. It was nothing but crickets and you guys talking because Cashman decided to do nothing. I remember Max was like, let's wait till 3:05. Maybe the last minute deal is gonna be done. Nothing happened. But now, bro, we're good. Like our coach says, manager says, is right in front of us, guys.
I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't. Bro, when he dropped that again, I was like, come on, man.
It's trickling down to the players, dude. You even hear like Stroman and them saying like, we got to get Boone out of here. I don't care if we got it. Boone's got to go. I'm sorry.
You're not a Boone guy, Ace?
Hell no. Because he doesn't, I'm sure Boone does seem like a great player's coach. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't know how to manufacture runs. Yesterday's game, we're down by 3. You have runners in first and second, nobody out. 9-hole hitter Cabrera's up. Why are you not calling for a bunt?
Okay.
Why are you not calling for small ball to put 2 runners in scoring position?
Just like Michael Kay says, you know, if you fire Boone today, they just gonna get another puppet.
Of course.
Aaron Boone 2.0.
Of course.
So
I mean, you're not wrong.
On top. And you know what? Instead of all these fans calling in or fans getting pissed about Aaron Boone, they should be more pissed with Cashman because unless we get a Buck Showalter, unless one of those old school coaches. Other than that, it's just gonna be another puppet, and everything comes from the top. Cashman.
Look, you bring Girardi back, and you give him a chance to redeem himself from that situation.
They're not going to.
They're not going to. But I would love that. Look, let me tell you this. So people keep asking me, Ace, do you still feel like the Yankees are going to make the playoffs? I'm like, yes, I still think so, especially with our weak August schedule. If we don't, everybody's got to go. Yeah. Everybody's got to go, starting with Cashman and Boone. Then you bring in Jeter, you put him in front office, and something. Everybody's got to fucking go. If by some chance, think about it. We were the best team in the league through our first 50 wins. We just got win number 60. We just got win number 60 in a whole month and a half.
Damn, that's
And
crazy.
thank goodness for that quick start. Without that
we'd been screwed.
great start, where would we be? We'd be with the Red Sox.
Thanks.
It's
but
the
thanks
same
to
way
that
of
quick start.
2022. Same way with 2022. I
Mhm.
mean, they were off to that the historic start.
Yeah.
28 or like the 1998 Yankees, and then Judge or not. That was in the year that Judge went down, but it was just It's like this every year. We just
and that's what I'm saying.
So
what's the common denominator? It's Boone. The common denominator is Aaron Boone. I'm telling you. Look, this should give you an example of how hot of a start Yankees got off to. We're still second in the league in run differential, despite having such a shitty month and a half. So that goes to show you, if it wasn't for that first 2 months, which matter too, you know what I'm saying? Like I said about Clay Holmes, that matters because you had the first 2 months, and this was a terrible slide. Hopefully, we're playing some good teams. You know, we got the Mets who are going to get up to try to play us, then Boston, Philly, and then Toronto. So these next 2 weeks are going to be tough.
Okay, one more thing, Ace. Look at what happened with the Reds. We can't go into August because this team, bro, they're probably going to blow it. Knowing we probably go, I hope not. I mean, they'll probably go 12-22 or 12-20 or 12-19, whatever it is. Because even look at what happened with the Reds. We got swept by the Reds. We went to that week, said, "Oh, we're gonna go 6-1 for this week."
Yeah.
We ended up winning one game, I think. It was versus Red Sox, I think, that weekend. It was just bad, bro. This team is so full of surprises, but just like they can go bad, they could just wake up and just boom, go on another streak. So this is my thing. As long as they go in October or in mid-September hot, I'm good, bro. But they can't blow it, man. They need to take care of these games in August.
Yeah, but you have to. Here's the thing, right? People keep asking me, you can't really judge the season until after the All-Star break. Like somebody's asked me, like, what would I grade or what would I give this? You know, you got to see what happens after the trade deadline. You know what I'm saying? What moves they make, because baseball is a sport where you mess around and you make the proper moves, the right moves. Then you have that weak month of August. You can get hot at that point in time with the right moves going into September, and that could carry you through October. We see it all the time. That's how baseball is. The hot teams go on streaks. Look at the Diamondbacks last year, and we're better than they are. We're well, because of Judge and Soto. We're well equipped to handle we need the other guys to step up. The other guys need not even to step up. They just need to be average. The thing with the Yankees this past 2 months, everybody's been bad. The pitching came down to earth. The hitting wasn't hitting. The bullpen stunk. The defense has been bad. Normally in baseball, you can't have all facets of the game suck at the same time. When the hitting's good, sometimes the pitching struggles. The pitching struggles, sometimes the hitting carries you. But all four facets of the game just were shitting themselves left and right. That's why it looks so bad. But I do think it's not saying it's right in front of us, but I do think if the right moves are made, we can get hot right in August, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Quick question for the of you guys. Just you got to choose one. What Cashman, what should he target come trade deadline? Starting pitching, hitting, or bullpen?
Infield hitting. Because we got two big holes in that, second base and third base. Infield hitting. Because the bullpen, like Max had said, Scott Efros is coming back. Luke Weaver's pitched well. Tommy Kinley's actually pitched quietly well as well. He's pitched well as well.
My guy
Clay Holmes is very shaky, but we need third or second base, man. Tonkin's pitched well as well. We need third base, second base.
I'm gonna go with lefty bullpen arm. Tanner Scott is my number one guy. He's been my number one. I'm gonna say Tanner Scott because can't trust Caleb Ferguson. Worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey,
give me Tanner Scott all day, please.
You want like Hill, man?
He's all right. The little bunny hop on the mound thing. I'm like, why you gotta bounce around? Why you gotta hop every single pitch? Like, what the hell is that? I mean, he's not bad though. He has not been bad. All these like throwaway pitchers, Tonkin, Hill, Jake Cousins, like they're all playing good, man. Like, that's one thing about Cashman. That's one thing about Matt Blake. They know how to get some bullpen arms. They know how to find them. So
yeah,
he gets the best out of them. What about you?
Well, that's the thing, is that you don't know if he's gonna, Tanner Scott's the big name, but is there another lefty that on paper doesn't look all that great that we don't know somewhere, whatever team, Minnesota, well, not Minnesota, but just any team, or that pops up like an Efros. Like, did anyone know who the heck Efros was a couple of years ago for the Cubs? when he got traded to us. So that's the move that I'm looking at more. It's, you know, I mean, Tanner Scott, hey, I'll take him. You know,
look at this. Like, look at these stats, bro. Like, the
I
guy
know.
can he walks a lot of batters. That's one thing. That's the only bad thing about him. He just walks a lot of batters. But dude, this guy is dominant, man. Like,
Yeah. So what
Well, I
about you,
think his
Jonathan?
walks were more towards the first month. I think the first month he was walking more, and I think he's tapered that off a little bit as the year's gone on.
I can
If
check.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
So what about you, Jonathan? You asked us the question. What's your priority then?
This is for me, bro. It changes every week. Right now,
It
I'm
does.
hitting, bro. Like this Verdugo, like slumping, and all these other guys just hitting into ground rule doubles. It's just so annoying, bro. Like it's just yesterday, I was like, you know, I promised myself, I was like, I'm not gonna watch no Yankee games this coming week if they lose. I can't help myself but to watch the games, bro. But every week it changes. And then Clay Holmes. Last week it was bullpen. I wanted Mason Miller. I was one of those Yankee fans that are like, we got to get Mason Miller after what Clay Holmes did on the last game before the All-Star game break. Now this week is hitting. So every week is changes. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think I trust Cashman, but he needs to wake up though. He needs to make. I don't care if he trades Spencer Jones, but if it's gonna be for a good piece, he needs to go for it, bro. Because I ain't gonna stick up with another, little trade deadline, just 1-2 moves for John Doe's. Nah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
So here it is, D-Rod. He's walked 10 in the month of April. So you're right. He walked a lot in that month. But, dude, I mean, this guy's been dominant, bro. Like, Tanner Scott, it would be.
I'll take him.
Yeah.
Is he a rental or is he for years after, too?
I think he has one more year, right? Look, I agree. Tanner Scott needs to be a priority, but I think the infield needs to be like that a priority as well. Because you can't, dude, you can't go in with DJ LeMahieu every day. That dude is washed with a capital W, man.
Yep.
Like, he is done. Gleyber Torres sucks. You got one guy that's washed. Gleyber Torres sucks. Ben Rice, all things considered, has played great first base. I don't want Rizzo, take your time coming back. You don't need to come back anytime soon. Anthony Volpe is very streaky, but he's the shortstop. It's as simple as that. So I need another infield bat that can hit for average. That's what I need. And then Tanner Scott, 1A and 1B. Give me Tanner Scott, Jonathan India, and maybe one more low-key piece, and I'll be like, you know what? I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, so Scott is a free agent after this year, so that could come in play. Maybe the Yankees don't make that move because he's a free agent after this year. But
that means the price is cheaper, right? If it's just a rental?
On a trade,
yeah,
yes.
Trading-wise, yeah. But that would be it would suck to see both Clay and him go next year. You know what I'm saying? Because Clay's on a 1 year as well.
Well, you know who's also a free agent next year that's a closer is Paul Sewald.
Yeah, we talked about Sewald too, yeah.
Yeah, so and he might be up and looking, depending on right now, the D-backs are sort of right on the edge. Are they in it? Are they not? The next couple of weeks will determine that. And they've got a lot of nice pieces, and not just Sewald, but they have infield pieces. I don't know, Suarez would be a third baseman if he's interested, but just throw names out there. So I don't know. They've got a couple of good pieces. Is that Christian Walker, another guy that I've been hearing a lot of? So. Man, that's tough. I mean, the next couple of weeks for a lot of teams in the NL are going to be pivotal.
But see, that's why it's tough, though, because like with this new playoff system, there's not a lot of sellers. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has a chance. The Diamondbacks are an organization that proved all you got to do is get in. So all they got to do is just get themselves in, and we'll see what happens. There's only 3 teams that are sellers: the White Sox, the Angels, Marlins. Outside of that, everyone's pretty much in it. So you can't just ravage those 3 teams. That's why for anybody to make a move. That's why the Orioles are in a good position, because they can entice a lot of teams that are still in it to make a move because of how deep their farm system is. So,
I wonder if Detroit will take, if they trade Skubal, will they add Baez to that deal just to get that contract and the player off?
God.
Right?
God,
can you imagine
contract?
Can you imagine Stanton and Baez in the same team? Oh my gosh, that's 7 strikeouts a game.
Yeah, but it won't cost much. I mean, you're going to take out the salary, but it won't cost you much of anything. That's the upside. But yeah, I mean that may be the one contract that's less movable than Stanton's. I don't know who the heck's going to want Baez.
No one will.
Yeah.
No one will. The guy he got paid and fell off a cliff. Like I can't believe how bad he's been he's been playing. But here's the American League right now with the team wise. So Boston's 1 game back, Seattle's 2.5, Rays are 5, Detroit's 6. So I think right around here, from the Rays down, I think they could be sellers. Who knows? The Rangers, bro. The Blue Jays are a team that I think Bichette's gone during the deadline, but I don't think the Yankees are going to make that move. That's a huge move.
No one's saying we're not getting Vlad.
Yeah, we're not. It would be awesome. It would be crazy if we got Vladimir Guerrero, but for the NL though,
Ben Rice. They probably want Ben Rice in return because then who's going to play first for them?
Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones. If you, I'm not saying it's going to happen because I don't think it's going to happen. If you did get Vlad, it's going to include Rice. It's going to include Spencer Jones, probably Chase Hampton as well. It's going to include some top prospects. So,
yeah.
The NL though, look how close this is. I mean, Reds up, Rockies and Marlins are dead. They're done. But everybody else is in there. Yeah. 4 games back of that 3rd place wild card is the Reds and the Nationals.
Yeah. Yep.
Do
the Reds just get swept though. The Reds are on a 4-game losing streak, so they might think oh, it's time,
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still only 4 games out. That's not a lot. Like Rockies, they're I don't think they're going to be because they're keeping players. I mean, they decided to keep Ryan McMahon, but they could be sellers as well. But what do they really have? They have some bullpen arms, but the majority of you're right. Cubs, Nationals, everybody's in it there. Mm-hmm. So. Look at Pittsburgh. I can't wait for a couple of years for Paul Skeens to be available and the Yankees go ahead and throw bank at him because Pittsburgh's our minor league team. So
my man Paul Skeens is winning on and off the field, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Live done, whatever.
Don't let the hand of doom hear you say that.
Oh God, yeah, she's not home yet, so. No, but I mean the Pirates, bro. They're 8-2 the last 10. They're up there. They came out of nowhere like RKO, like Randy Orton, man. I mean, they might make it. They might squeak in there. They got a good starting rotation too. The Pirates do, but
Skeens is him. Yeah.
O'Neal
Cruz came back. They're sneaking up on people.
Really quick, so everyone is saying that it's gonna take the home farm to get Mason Miller. Call me crazy, but I think that a lot of teams are gonna back down on that. And Oakland is going to pivot, and then they're just going to take whatever bet steal is out there. I think a lot of teams are not just even going to bother. I mean, I think if you add a good one small key, they're like, all right, take it. I don't think there's going to be teams out there willing to give the whole farm for Mason Miller.
I don't think so, man. I think the only thing that scares me with Mason Miller, like I said, is the big fish and small market vibes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's in a small market. He's really good out there. But what's going to happen when you're playing for a big team in Yankee Stadium? It's different with the pinstripes.
That's a good point.
My thing would be is him blowing his arm out just because how hard he throws. That would be my main scare.
And you know what, Max? Good thing you brought that up. I mean, I've been watching so much baseball since I was a kid, and I seen this. I really hope Paul Skeens is looking like a DeGrom 2.0, man. He's throwing 100 miles an hour, from
every pitch.
80 pitches a game, bro. And that was a problem with DeGrom. Even the Mets told him, slow it down a bit and look at DeGrom. So hopefully that's not the issue with Skeens, though, but we'll see. Hey, fellas, I have to leave already. But,
hey.
Take care, sir.
Look at that shirt right there, baby.
Everybody's rocking Max merch.
Let's go.
Yo, Max, I got your stuff right here, bro. The thing is, these past month, bro, it's been crazy, bro. It's unfortunately, I had a cousin that passed away.
Oh,
sorry for your loss.
A week ago, I just found out. You guys are the first ones knowing, besides my family, that I'm having another little boy.
Congratulations.
Thank you, fellas. And
Paul Skeens ain't the only one that's been busy over there, huh?
Yeah, man. So, but this week, bro, I'm sending your stuff out.
Hey.
Even my little son, he's like, when are you going to send your YouTube friend this thing? And I'm like, I'll send it this week, man. But
hey,
sure.
Man, no rush, bro. I get it, bro. You're good, man. No rush. I appreciate you, man. And congratulations, buddy.
Right.
Ace, Max.
Well, we know what he was busy doing. Why he couldn't go to the post office. So
why he couldn't watch the Yankee game? No, why he couldn't watch the Yankee game too?
Making babies. But hey, fellas, you guys have a good one and go Yanks.
Go Yanks, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Easy, bro.
You the man. Oh, that's hilarious.
All right, kid. That's good.
All right, guys. Well, hey, D-Rod, we're about to call this.
All right, dude.
We're about to call the show.
Gentlemen, yeah, appreciate you. Be well. Take
Appreciate
care.
you.
Always a pleasure.
You too.
Always fun chopping it up with you, man. Always fun. Oh, man. That was a good show. Good show.
Absolutely. Subway Series starts tomorrow. We linking up?
Yeah, we're gonna be calling the game.
So, okay, so
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Hopefully my
as
internet
we always
doesn't-
do.
Has it been lagging?
Yes,
I don't
you've been in the Matrix. Yes,
Yeah,
you've been in that
I don't know.
multiverse this entire.
I got a
like
new
you're
modem,
frozen right
man.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a new modem. This thing's trash, bro. Like,
Yeah, so who's your internet provider?
Xfinity. I already called them up and said, "Hey, man, what the hell what you got going on, bro?" They're like, "Oh, you're good. You're good on my end." No, I'm not good.
Yeah.
But
that's
hopefully we won't lag during the games. But
Yeah.
yeah, Ace and I will be calling Subway Series starting tomorrow. A little dual stream, Ace. I'm ready for it. Hopefully the
Let's
Yankees
go.
sweep. Sorry, Aaron, if you're watching. But Yankees are gonna sweep your Mets, man. It's
Let's
over.
go. Hey, we
Let's
got
go.
Cole. We got Hill on the mound tomorrow. Garrett
Ooh.
Cole. Hey, they both look like two different pitchers from the last time they faced the Mets. Especially Cole that was his second start. Cole looks a lot better, so we're gonna get a better brand of baseball starting tomorrow. These next 2 weeks are gonna be crazy. As far as on my end, like I said, I'll be covering the Yankee game with Max these next 2 days, off Thursday, but I'll be seeing Deadpool Wolverine, be doing that coverage next Saturday. I got people coming on my channel to talk Deadpool Wolverine and the Red Sox games. So it's going to be a busy time for the Ace Avenue. Max, what you got going on?
Yankee stuff, gearing up for football season. Made a little Packers short, you know what I'm saying? We got some Jordan Love controversy on our hands, but we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying?
I need to get you on too for the behind the team. So
we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that. I'm probably in the multiverse again, but all right, y'all. I appreciate everybody in the house. Thanks for watching. It's always love, peace, chicken grease on Max Coverage TV and on the Ace Avenue, man. Thank y'all for watching. See you all tomorrow night. Subway Series, Yankees, Mets. Be there, be square. We're out of here. Peace.